You have 5 seconds to drop a like on the video and use code PineapplezYT in the Fortnite item shop, or Shark Boy will get very angry at you. What's up guys, welcome back to another video. Now in this one we are going to further explore the new rumored POI upcoming called Atlantis. Now this isn't surprising because we have already talked about why this makes sense. Of course, Aquaman is the secret skin of this season, and Aquaman's home is Atlantis. We have a water themed season, and we know that as the water level goes down, which by the way we should be getting that first change coming up in the next few days, there will be new POIs, and of course it would make sense for the lost city of Atlantis to be underneath the water. So with all of that said, and also based on leaks I'm going to show you, it looks like we're getting Atlantis, which I'm very excited about. Quick note, 5 minutes after this video is uploaded, or maybe 10, I'm not sure, but very shortly after this is uploaded, I'm going to be live on caffeine.tv. So if you're watching this video, within the first hour or two it's up, there's a great chance I'm live in Caffeine right now, giving away free battle passes, skins, and more. And to join, and for your chance to win free stuff, it's really easy. Click the Caffeine link in the description, sign up, and hang out with me. It's a lot of fun. Alright, so as you guys know, we have been talking about Atlantis, and there have been leaks about it and theories, but now it looks like we have some concrete evidence. Now, before we actually get into that evidence, there was a glitch that existed for a while. I tried this out with Gurgi, my friend here, and we were not able to do it. You see, the glitch involved using a boat and going through the water in such a way as to eventually end up on the bottom floor and be completely under the water in a way that you could walk around the bottom level of the map and explore the area beneath the map, which inevitably would be new upcoming POIs. It worked a few days ago, but now at a certain point you just get a death barrier and die immediately, which kudos to Epic for fixing that. Although it would have been fun to try this out and see what's under the water, it's definitely in the game's best interest to patch this. I mean, imagine if people were doing this in public matches, you would not be able to kill them. One interesting thing to note about this attempted glitch is while the main part of the glitch has been patched and you do get a death barrier, you can still go a significant way down under the water to the point where you could completely hide yourself in there. I mean, if you go under the water and then you literally just kind of break the builds on the surface, then there's a 95 to 100% chance, depending on how you do it, that you can actually go completely undetected, and if you get lucky with the zone, might even end up getting yourself a very, very lucky victory royale. So I do think they need to make it so you cannot do this at all. And just for the record, I don't condone doing game-breaking glitches. I think doing or trying to do this glitch in Battle Lab was very harmless. Just because we were unable to do this glitch and just because it's patched doesn't mean we can't still get a glimpse at where we think Atlantis is going to be. Of course, that was the whole point of trying to do the glitch, so we could go and explore Atlantis before it actually comes out. Now granted, all the structures, all the stuff have not been loaded into the game yet. It's pretty blank, and I've showed you pictures of this before, and you can go and check it out for yourself in replay mode. You just go right under the water. So this is the area where people think Atlantis is going to be, and it makes sense because it's one of the only places under the water where you can actually see things without the water obstructing your view. Not to mention, it's also quite large. Like, the area would easily support a large POI, and I'm very excited about this because in all likelihood this is where Atlantis, or the underwater city, I'm not sure if it's actually called Atlantis, will be located. Now something else to note, this in the game's files is actually called the Ruin Falls. Now thinking about ruins, I think that makes a lot of sense for Atlantis, because Atlantis is a city that has always been underwater, and if you think about what happens to structures when they're underwater for a long time, they start to decompose, they start to rot, and that would definitely fall under the category of ruins. So very interesting, and I'm looking forward to seeing what more leaks we get in the future. On the topic of leaks about Atlantis, there have been some leaked game audio files from this alleged POI. I mean, this is courtesy of Hypex, a very well-known leaker in the community. The tweet literally says leaked Atlantis gameplay sounds. So I'm going to give you guys a brief listen, and I'll be back in a second to talk about it. Guys, there is literally 12 straight minutes of raw footage from this POI, and if you want to listen to the entire thing, you can go to Hypex's tweet on his Twitter and click the link that he supplied to listen to the full thing. Obviously, I showed you all of about 25 seconds of audio, but just by that very brief listen, one thing is for sure, it gives off some really creepy vibes. I don't know if it's just me, but I think it's really creepy, and to be honest, it kind of fits the mold of what you would expect from an Atlantis POI. Very mysterious, very strange. It gives off a sense of uncertainty, kind of makes you feel a little bit uneasy because nobody knows anything about this thing. Plus, it makes me wonder if whether or not the whole city is going to actually be underwater or maybe partially underwater. I don't know. Maybe throughout the season, we would be able to actually get equipment to dive underneath the water, and you know, that could be a completely submerged place. I am not sure what's going on, but regardless, this thing sounds and looks really awesome. I gotta say, based on listening to the sounds, it does sound like it's underwater. You know, you have a lot of watery ambiance in the background that makes you wonder and makes you think that you could potentially have this whole city underwater, which would be really cool and a change of pace. Now, naturally, based on these leaks and the evidence I have provided, you're probably wondering, when is the Atlantis POI going to come out? When can we expect to see this in the game? Now, while I don't have a concrete answer, I will give you my best guess. So of course, I would bet anything that this Atlantis POI was added directly because of the Aquaman collaboration and the Aquaman skin that we have in the game. I would imagine when the Aquaman skin is available to be unlocked by players, which if I had to guess would be in like 5 to 7 weeks, somewhere in that range, the POI release would follow suit very shortly after that. That's what makes the most logical sense to me. I'm very curious to find out how and if Aquaman and this Atlantis POI are going to be related to the Fortnite season storyline. Obviously, this is probably the biggest leak we've had about this season so far over the last week. Now granted, we've only been in this new season for like 8 days, but I would say this is a very big thing and something to look forward to for sure. When the POI actually releases, I would be willing to bet that there would be a lot of Easter eggs around that POI in the form of buildings, possibly pictures on the wall, papers on desks, or anything like that that would give away or at least provide some sort of hint or clarity as to what is going to happen later in the season event-wise. Now I know, like I said, we're only 8 days into the season and it might be just a tad early to start speculating about what the event is going to be. And I do think there's going to be an event this season. I don't think Epic is going to do what they did in Chapter 2 Season 1 ever again. In Chapter 2 Season 1, there was not a storyline related event for the first time since Season 4. That season was by far the most bland season since that time as well. Plus, we know Epic said that they are working on making it so more people can actually witness these live events in-game after so much popularity was shown after the Device event, which broke so many of Fortnite's personal records. And that's what actually gets me. When people say Fortnite is dead, I laugh. I just don't even entertain the conversation. The game is not dead. The game actually is doing very well. Maybe not quite as well overall as it was at its peak, but for these events, they really bring in the players. So many people are interested, and I would be willing to bet there are a lot of you guys that don't even really play the game a lot but still keep up with the story that get excited and hop on the game for these events. So even people who aren't playing the game regularly still love the storyline. The game is far from dead, and it's got a long time to prosper. I promise you that. Guys, thanks so much for watching. Make sure to leave any of your theories in the comment section down below. I'd really appreciate your support in-game by using code PineappleZYT. And remember, if you're watching this video in the first few hours, I'm live on Caffeine. Click the link in the description, come by, hang out, and win a gift. And even if I'm not live, you should still go follow me over there because I stream 4 times a week, giving away free stuff every time. Hopefully you guys have a great day, and I'll catch you in my next upload. And until then, take it easy and peace out.